Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Vanessa. This is Nessa CX Beauty, and today we are going to be swatching, using, and reviewing the brand new Colourpop x Raw Beauty Kristi at Forest Sight eyeshadow palette. This is the component. You open her up and these are the 12 shades. It does retail for $20 on the Colourpop website. 2 of which are shimmers and the rest are mattes. There is no mirror, but the eyeshadow shades are right under the shadows and also can be found in the back. So for the swatch portion, of course we're going to swatch the entire eyeshadow palette, but I also did want to include comparisons to the Raw Beauty Kristi x Pure eyeshadow palette, because when I did mention the At Forest eyeshadow palette, a lot of y'all wanted to know if some of these shades were comparable, so we are going to get into that as well. Then we're going to head into the eye demo and final thoughts. So if you're interested to see on how this eyeshadow palette performs, just continue watching. First row swatched out, heading into Puffball, Chanterelle, Rainier, and Old Growth. That is the whole first row swatched out. Second row, Evergreen, West Coast, Homegrown, and Amanita. That is the whole second row swatched out. Third row, Fiddlehead, Emerald City, PNW, and Let It Rain. If you guys do notice, Let It Rain did spill into the palette, which kind of looks a little bit dirty from it. I don't know if that's something that everybody has been experiencing with their palettes. But this is the entire eyeshadow palette swatched out. For those of y'all concerned about the color of my elbow, that is the natural color. So just wanted to disclose that as well, because there were a few comments about washing my elbow when that's my natural skin color. So on to the swatch comparisons. So the first shade I wanted to compare was Chanterelle from At Forest Sight, compared to Camelot from the Pure palette, and also Dandelion from the Pure palette. There are very, very minute differences between these two. Dandelion is very different, but these two kind of look very similar. Next comparison is PNW and Hurtful from the Pure palette. These are distinctly different. Next comparison is Emerald City from Forest and Garden State from Pure, just for fun. Also distinctly different. Next up, Puffball from Forest and Copper Boxes from Pure. Yeah, they're different. Similar but different. Lastly, I wanted to compare Old Growth from Forest to Moo Point from Pure. Distinctly different. Just wanted to do this comparison in case you did have the Pure palette and was wondering if there were any comparable shades, which the most comparable would be Chanterelle and Camelot. But now onto the look. So I already have P. Louise eye base all over my eye. We're going to start off with the Chantilly shade with my Morphe JS9 brush. And we're going to place this all over the crease. Then we're going to head into Rainier with my Morphe M513. And we're going to sweep this under the yellow shade we just laid down, which was Chantilly. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. Just to leave a little note, the mattes do have a lot of kickback, if y'all can see. So now I'm just going to cut the crease with my P. Louise eye base and my Alamar packing brush from the Ojito set. Okay, so we are back and the creases are cut. We're going to head into West Coast with my Anastasia packing brush that comes with their eyeshadow palettes. And we're just going to place this all over the lid. This is a beautiful, beautiful gold. Wow. So after we have that gold all laid out, first off, I want to say that this gold reminds me of one of my favorite golds. It is this one from the GLF Cosmetics Princesa Azteca eyeshadow palette. It's a stunning gold. So we're going to turn this brush into the fluffy side. We're going to go back into Rainier and then tap off the excess and just blend between the matte and the shimmer so there are no harsh lines between the two. But this is how we are looking so far. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face off of camera so we can come back and do the lower lash line together. So we are back and my audio did cut off when I did my lower lash line. So quickly, I'm just gonna explain it for y'all. I did head into Emerald City. I put it on the outer half of my lower lash line and then I blew it out with Chantilly. And then I used Evergreen on the inner half of the lower lash line. For my inner corner highlight, I did use my actual highlighter. And that is the gold side of the Smoky Glow one that they came out with Midas Cosmetics. And that was it. Nothing too serious, but my audio did cut out. So I did just want to summarize that for y'all. And now we're just going to talk about my final thoughts with this eyeshadow palette. Just wanted a close-up on the look real quick. But in terms of formula, blending, pigmentation, and everything, I think that the palette is spot on. Colourpop rarely disappoints, but they did not disappoint on this eyeshadow palette. The only thing that I would have done differently is adding like at least one more shimmer, but I understand that they came out with other Super Shock shadows for people that do want shimmers. I unfortunately do not like the Super Shock shadow formula, so I only got the palette, but the color story is wonderful, the formula is wonderful, and I 100% think it is worth it. And even if you did get the Pure Times Raw Beauty Kristi eyeshadow palette, you are not getting these same shades twice, which is also wonderful. So I know people had questions about that because some colors, I know some people had questions about that because some shades are similar, but they are not exact. If anything, I feel like these palettes complement each other very well. So if you do have both of them, if you try mixing them, I think you'll come out with some awesome looks. But yeah, 10/10 would recommend. That's all I have for y'all today. Congratulations to Raw Beauty Kristi on her collab with Colourpop. And oh wait, before I forget, this thing that I thought was, you know, some manufacturing issue was actually intentional because there's another one up here. So if your palette does have this, it's not an issue with the palette, and I'm sorry for being a dum-dum and pointing that out in the beginning, but yeah, now that's all I have for y'all today. Have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.